Welcome. Today we reflect on the Gospel of St. Matthew. When Jesus came down from the mountain, great crowds followed him. But then a leper approached and did him homage and said, "Lord, if you wish, you can make me clean." Jesus stretched out his hand and touched him and said, "I will do it. Be made clean." His leprosy was cleansed immediately. Then Jesus said to him, "See that you tell no one, but go show yourself to the priests and offer the gift that Moses prescribed. That will be proof for them." The Gospel of the Lord. The leper says to Jesus, "You can do this. I would like to be made clean." And Jesus says, "I do wish to do it. Be clean." And that says something that's powerful, I think, that Jesus' desire is to heal us, to strengthen us, not just physically, but spiritually. And that can lead me to the next problem that I have. And that is that my tendency is to take this mystery of divinity, this God that Jesus shows us through his humanity and shows us how to relate to that God. And he tells us that God wishes that we be made clean. And then the next step for me is to make God a magician. Keep looking for cures, for solutions, for happy ever after endings. Why is there so much, and then fill in the blank? Why is there so much violence? Why is there so much hunger? Why is there this and that and the other thing? Why do people kill each other in war? Never mind in neighborhood feuds or family arguments where things can get vicious. And the answer is, I don't know. Where is God? He wants to make everything better, and therefore I sit back. But the point is that Jesus is inviting us to a relationship, and from God's point of view, that relationship is unconditional. But from my point of view, everything's conditional if I'm not careful. And I start living my life according to my rules. And Jesus asks me to engage in the mystery, to trust that not everything is going to be according to my timetable. Not everything is going to be necessarily the way I want it, when I want it. And that can take away half my prayer, actually. I'm always praying for something, or complaining about why wasn't it answered? Is it something I've done or haven't done? And on and on and on. And if I would just sit and try to live in the middle of the mystery, that what Jesus promises me is that he walks with me every moment. And that whatever the question I'm confronting, and it may be painful, it may be confusing, it may be overwhelming, but I'm never alone. And what Jesus then commits to is the promise that if I can persevere, if I can trust him, if I can keep making the effort of my part of the relationship something real, then I'll be brought into newness of life. I'll come to the light, so to speak, as they say. I'll start seeing purpose. But often that's only looking back, months, sometimes years. And you say, now I understand. Tough times when we look back, times that were painful, times perhaps that still need work. But here I am, and I'm not alone, that I walk with the presence and the love of this divinity that we call God, who calls himself love. It's not easy. And it's certainly not always with happy ever after endings. That stops me. That just detaches me from being a partner. And I think that's why Jesus, not just here, but so often in Scripture says, after a miracle, don't go tell anybody. I'm willing to grant you what your request is. But if you go tell everybody that I'm a wonder worker, or however you're going to phrase it, trust in God. He will bring everything to be complete, to be right, to be wonderful. Except not right now, particularly. And I may have to go through some difficulties. That I need to have that perseverance. But my tendency is to make what I want happen. If I hear God did perform the miracle, I'm there. Look around. Some bishops once said, with some tongue-in-cheek, I think, the worst thing that could happen to a bishop is to have someone report the apparition of the Blessed Mother in his diocese. Then the crowds come. Then all these superstitions start surfacing. And we have the Blessed Mother, and we have this, and we have that. That's not to say that the Blessed Mother doesn't appear, and it's not a wonderful thing. But think about it. They're few and far between. Lourdes, Fatima, places like that. But if we're up to people, then the Blessed Mother appears just about every weekend at some place or another. I need to realize that when I experience God in that intense personal way, that's really a gift, but that's not relationship. Relationship is day in and day out, faithfulness, perseverance, commitment, forgiveness, all of those qualities. And then underneath it, the miraculous commitment on the part of Jesus that God is always there and always loving. I hope you have a safe day, that you continue to pray for one another. God bless.